You are now listening to Talk is Cheap FM. Brought to you by Bet the Tuesday.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker. Yo. Welcome to another episode of Talk is Cheap FM. I am your host, Baba Tuesday, and we are going to talk about relationships and social media. That's right, relationships and social media. Does social media help or hurt a relationship? I have a caller on hold. This is our second time doing this shit. Why? Because I fucked up. Hey, listen, I got new equipment, old equipment. I'm working on it. But anyways, I have him on hold again, and he wants to talk about the subject again. Our last one was fucking fire, but then shit crashed. So let's see what we can cook up this time around. Hold on one second. Let me see if he's still on hold. Yo.
What's up, brother?
What's up? Hey, I just informed everybody that I fucked up again. And because this, to be honest with you, man, you're not the only person that like I lost, content for. It happened twice,
yeah.
But I got a backup. So if shit does go down, I don't even worry about it because I have a backup, right? So
Right.
Reintroduce yourself. Since they couldn't hear the last one, I told them that it was fire, what we were talking about. But just reintroduce yourself, and then we'll get back into the subject.
Yeah, I'm just going. My name's Steven. I'm 36, and yeah, bro, that's about as far as I was saying my name. But
boom, there you go.
It was good. We had a good one, man.
Yeah. Bruh, like when my, I don't even want to talk about it because you know what? It's in the past. I'm good now, right? So let's get into it. Social media and relationships, man. What's your point of view on that?
Yeah, like I was saying, you had asked me, is it helpful? Is it hurtful?
Yeah.
Along those lines.
Yeah.
So, and I was kind of on the fence, because there's pros, but there's way more cons involved. Because, once you put your relationship out there, and it's not even about that. Once you're in a relationship and social media becomes involved, it's automatically a problem. I mean, most of the time.
Yeah.
Because it's like I was saying, it's like two different lives. It's like, you have who you are on social media, and then you have who you really are. You know what
Exactly. Because
you know what I'm saying?
Social media is just like going into like an interview. You have your damn representative. You are clean cut, or however you want to market yourself. That's how it is. So whenever I look at somebody's social media or just social media in general, I just see, what it is. You know what I mean? It like you don't know if people are fucked up, depressed, or whatnot. It's what they just present on social media. You know what I mean?
And that's where it creates a problem as far as having a genuine relationship. Because I've noticed that a lot of women on there, they have it's almost like a list. I don't want to say they just but it ends up being like a bunch of prerequisites. It's like, I want my man to be like this.
Yeah.
And if he's not like that, then there's no good man left. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And it's hard for a guy. It's really
Bruh.
hard. I mean, women don't understand
How
much we have to do to just get their attention, first of all.
Yeah. You know what? You said like they have like a kind of like a list of shit. You know what I mean? Like I feel like chicks want their like goddamn Christian Grey, like from 50 Shades of Grey. You know what I mean? But I'm just like, yo, I'm just Axel Foley off of Beverly Hills Cop. How can I match up with a motherfucker? You know what I mean? How can I match up with a motherfucker who got all this goddamn money and shit? And I'm just, I'm from Detroit. I'm a cop, and then I'm in Beverly Hills. Shit don't. The list is too thick. The list is too thick.
And then that's the social media. It makes everyone think that their life is not as good as someone else's, or their relationship is not going as well as somebody else that they saw.
A competition.
Are doing so well. And no, don't get me wrong. Everybody, I do it. Everybody does it. But I don't put it on that. You know what I'm saying? I just want people to see my children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But with women, it's like confusing sometimes, because some women will put a picture of themselves with their children, and it's the cleavage. So it's confusing. It's like, well, damn.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be, like, oh, look at that baby, or damn, look at them titties. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yo. Here's the thing, man. I see that all the time. Like, and you know what? Hey, if you're out there, females, if you're out there and you're doing what you're doing, yeah, that's cool. Like, that's all you. I'm not gonna lose no sleep. But it is kind of, I do think it's funny whenever I see like a chick doing some provocative like shoot or whatnot, and then one picture over, it's her and her child, and she's like, "This is the only man I need," or some bullshit like that.
My true love.
Yeah, my king. Like, damn, you're just a little kid and shit. Let him be a kid, and you fucking just keep on doing what you're doing. I guess, I don't know.
Well, see, and that goes back to what I was saying about me, and how, when we were raised by our mother, we weren't beat into submission, but we were taught, and I'll get on this on the other one, but it's not okay to, disrespect women. You should have the ultimate respect for women. Don't hit girls. Don't do, and you're being taught all of this by a woman.
Yeah.
Your mother. But at the same time, it's great. It's great, because you get your first message from them, about the world from your mother.
Yeah, for sure.
You get the same message about women. It's like,
yeah,
I gotta do everything my mama told me to do. My mama beat me, and then she want me to do something. It's almost the same thing now. It's like, when you look around, men don't get any recognition. They don't get any uplifting. They don't get any. They don't get anything.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a woman. Everything is about. They control everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even speak out how you feel, because if you do, then you're bashing women, or you're insensitive, or you're sexist, or
you don't have any empathy or whatnot, and you could simply just be pointing out. And don't get me wrong, we both know like shit's fucked up for everybody, and yes, shit's fucked up for females, but at the same time, like, even dudes get shamed for, like, reaching out for help or whatnot. There's always double standards. You know what I mean? And like, dudes aren't being taken seriously. You know what I mean? And we do have like the same emotions, believe it or not, just like the females. You know what I mean? So you know what? When you mention like growing up as a child, like, even some of the shit like that happened in my household, and I see happening in like my other friends' household, like it's kind of ass backwards, like, it's like they, for instance, and we'll touch base on this again, but growing up as a boy, we're not supposed to cry. We can only show like us being happy or mad. You know what I mean? It's not okay for us to cry. But then when we get in a relationship, like, females want us to open up and shit, but we were raised to hold everything in. So it's just like, yo, like, what? It's like almost a new skill set that we have to learn. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's almost. I agree. Because it's like, if you're an alpha male, you're offensive, right? If you are a man who is, you know, just not as strong-willed, you know, you're a punk. Women, I don't want a soft man, you know.
Yeah.
They crowd. He crowds. He always up under me bugging it, just, you know.
Yeah.
And it's so confusing because, you know, but that's another subject.
Yeah, we'll get into
You
that
know,
later.
but at the same time, it's because they don't have any, you know, skills to get men besides looks. And I'm not being sexist. I'm not being anything. A lot of women are smart. Most women are. You know, it's not about that. It's about when it comes to attracting a mate or all of that. It's just they just use the natural bait. They don't have to do everything that men have to do.
Exactly.
They have to walk to what we have to run to. You know
Exactly.
saying,
like females, every female has a choice. And that's not like, dude, there's only like a top like 5% dudes that walk around with choices, right? The rest of us motherfuckers, we have to learn different skills, and we have to learn how to be funny. You know, we got to look physically fit and shit just to get some pussy. And chicks, all they have to do is just stand there. If they just stand there, dudes will approach. It don't even matter. Like, and granted, like I've never heard it like, because we have a lot of women in the workforce, right? And that's good. Like they can, hey, if you want to work, you can work. Like I'm not opposed to that, right? But
yes.
like dudes aren't really out here looking for like a chick who has, you know, a certain, like, makes a certain amount of money. Well, not all dudes.
Yeah.
Like the average dude just fucking just wants a chick that looks good. To tell you the truth, I know that sounds like pretty simple, but really it
sounds shallow, but that's what every man wants.
Yeah.
You know, the key word is want.
Yeah.
You know, that's not what most men get, but yes, that's what we want, just like women. You know?
Yeah. Hey, in certain situations, a man can only do so much. You know, I do have some chicks out there that nobody's gonna know about. You know, but that's a whole nother subject. But hey, listen, I have to tell my truth, because one day I'm not gonna be on this earth, and hopefully somebody can hear my voice. Maybe I have like a younger generation in my family, they can know what the fuck I'm on. But you did mention something that we actually didn't even cover in our last conversation. You said there's pros and cons of putting your relationship on social media. Can we go over some of the pros? Because you did say there's more cons than pros. So let's hit up with the pros first. What are some pros of...
I'll give you a pro. Okay. One pro is you could actually meet a great person.
Okay.
A person that, you know, might end up being your soulmate, you know, through social media. So that's a pro.
Okay.
You know, another pro is you kind of, even if it's the representative of someone, you kind of get a rough draft of
what you're getting into
life. You know.
Yeah.
It's like a rough draft. It's not like final cut. It's damn sure edited a lot.
Yeah.
You know, it's edited. You know, but
hopefully it's proofread. Shit.
Go ahead, brother.
I said hopefully it's proofread too.
Don't even get me started on that. You know, but you kind of get to see, like, if you know, if someone has a bunch of quotes about what a man should be, or how a man should treat a woman, or why come men can't be like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That I mean, it's a pro because it should be an indicator of some sort of, I don't know,
of
her position at that moment.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
So then you'll get an idea of, well, okay, maybe I may not want to, you know, go that way or go this way.
Yeah, like
another pro is my bad, not to cut you off, bro. But another pro is, and you don't have to creep it. I mean, that's what it's for. You can see the print. You can kind of get an idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, and these pros might not sound like pros to you, but they are to me because I'm really trying to come up with a good one because there's really not many, brother. Like I said,
Yeah.
there's way more.
Yeah, you stretching that shit out. Yo, before we get into the cons, man, you know the memes that you're talking about, or those quotes where it's like, yo, I need a man to do this, that, spiritual shit, big dick, black and shit, or whatever. Like, I always look at that and like, I take a step back and I kind of look at it as like an overall, like, okay, if she's posting shit like this, there's a trail. There has to be a why did she post this?
Yeah.
Like what happened in her past to make her do this? Like did somebody promise her something that she didn't get, and now this is specifically what she's looking for? Has she been brainwashed by society? Like what the fuck? Like why did she post this? You know, a lot of people leave breadcrumbs all over their social media, not knowing. You just have to take a step back and look at that shit, right? That's how I do it.
Like, exactly. Most of the time when you see those things, these quotes and stuff, you'll never see a man quote a woman on relationships because it really doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
But however, there's so many Trent Sheltons and all these pretty rickies and everybody telling women, you know, you don't have to deal with that. I don't know.
Like
it's counterproductive.
I don't really follow those dudes who, you know, and I don't really follow those dudes.
I just see these things.
Yeah, I see them, and I've listened to some of the shit. Like I agree with some of those, some of what they have to say, but in reality, I'm like, yo, like how many of these motherfuckers out here saying shit just so they can tag some ass and shit? Like,
that's the irony about it, and in the women, that's why you have to, you know, like I was saying, the indicators, because a woman who would believe some shit like this from a man she doesn't know enough to put it as a quote on her Facebook wall, right? It kind of lets you know, hey, look, you know, she's already been duped once, obviously, because you being duped, you don't even know if this man, you're just putting this on here to project a certain light, you know, and that's social media, you know, because there's no guy gonna come on a white horse, save you, woman. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, and you don't even think along those lines. You know, they like when we love a woman, like I told you, bro, we have to emulate the bait.
Yeah.
Because of what we were talking about earlier about not being, we weren't raised, society doesn't raise men to show emotion, to be emotional creatures, to be all this and that, even though we are inside. We can't show it, you know, because you're a punk or you're soft or men aren't supposed to do that, you know.
Yep.
So these quotes, to me, it seems rather feminine. It's almost like lesbianic. Women are attracted to men, right? But they're really more attracted to the feminine side of a man, if you ask me. But they don't know it, because as soon as you act like a man, they're like, oh no, this is not what I signed up for. You know, you're supposed to do what I want, do what I say. You know, like it's crazy, bro. There's so many standards set that are unrealistic. You know?
Bro, that's not crazy at all, because check it, like you can almost, I've seen it, like an alpha male gets into a relationship with a chick and she wants him to switch up how he is, you know, and then eventually he's not an alpha male no more, and then she complains and she goes off and looks for another alpha male. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's like, yo, like, what do you really want? And here's another crazy thing, man. You know, I love R&B music. I fucking love R&B music. Silk, goddamn, Keith Sweat, all them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But, yo, the songs that, like, all their songs are like simp songs, really. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy how, like, there's not really, It's just crazy. It's just crazy to me how like everything in society kind of molds dudes into almost being like a slave to women.
To wit, brother, that's what I was speaking of. You hit it right on the head about our mothers. You know, about when we're growing up as men, we were taught to go against everything natural about us. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
Like, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse.
It is.
Now.
And I'm not saying like dudes shouldn't do stuff for women, you know, especially if you like them or whatnot. But I'm just saying like
Yes.
like sometimes shit there just has to be a line with a lot of stuff because it's not going to help when females don't accept accountability for what they do and men are always the one to blame. You know what I mean? Even I just seen it in most cases like dudes are the ones that are getting blamed for shit, and that's it. It's the man's fault. It's the man's fault.
Yeah, because we're really tools, brother.
Yeah.
The women know when to use us for what job they need us for.
That's why you have
they have plenty of tools.
Yeah.
In their toolboxes, you know.
Yo, that's why chicks have like a dude that takes her out, a dude that fucking pipes her down, a dude that fucking pays her bills, a dude that fucking fix those meals, and a dude that fucking drives around everywhere. Like those are goddamn like those are tools. And you know what? Like if she's able to do that shit, do it because listen, man, like I made a meme the other day and it said like if there's a grown woman in your family asking you for money, she shouldn't because there's so many simps out there in the world. It was something like that. I paraphrase that.
Yeah.
So, like, if some people are just made to be simps. Some people are made to not be simps, you know? And sometimes fucking we end up being simps and we go against our natural behavior, you know?
Yes, it's instinct.
Yeah, because here's another thing before we talk about the cons. Like I express a lot of like I kind of stir the pot and I say shit on Facebook, right? Just to kind of see what people are talking about or whatnot. And like I stand my ground, like I have like an opinion and it is what it is, you know? And it's crazy because like a lot of people ask me like, yo, did you get hurt by a woman? Like, are you okay? Well, I want to meet the woman that like scorned you or whatnot. And like I tell them all like, yeah, I had a couple of exes that like fucked me over or whatnot, but I'm over that. It's not even about that. It's about just understanding female nature and continuing to study and learn up like on just females and males in general. And that's it. And I'm just trying to like open people's eyes or whatnot. And believe it or not, dude, like I have a lot of dudes who fucking try to shame me for being single and shit, which it blows my mind. Like if like I'm just like, what the like do you know how much fun I'm having right now? Do you like I'm in my place right now and I can do what the fuck I want to do.
Whatever you want to.
Shit.
And these fellas, no disrespect, the ones that, you know, are, you know, putting you down or whatever, bro, not understanding. They're pussy whooped.
Oh, yeah.
They're henpecked.
Yeah, the golden pussy.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I mean, like, I just, and I stay away from people who are controlled by the pussy. I just stay away because I know that it could just cause problems. I just know
that shit is contagious, bro.
Yeah, like I stay away from dudes who are controlled by the pussy or who chase after pussy. If you're chasing after pussy, no, because I don't want no false allegations. I don't want no chick like saying something in your ear and then you come at me. Nah, forget that. I'm gonna stay away. We cool, but shit, like you do what you do. I'm gonna be over here chilling.
Listen, brother. There's a difference between loving women, you know, because I love women.
Oh
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? saying?
For sure.
But I do not chase pussy. There's a big difference, you know. And the guys that do brag about it, you know, to me, these brothers are they're lacking something. You know what I'm saying? It's some sort of issue they have with female attention. Because to me, it's like, you don't have to brag. Why would you want to chase women all day, all night, and just brag about it? It's like, you shouldn't brag at all, bro. Because to tell you the truth, she probably, soon you left or something, if she's single. I mean, if y'all not in a relationship, that's no feat. It's not a feat. There was nothing accomplished, bro. You got the book.
Yeah.
Bam. She probably did that before you came over and she gonna do it. You know, I'm not saying a woman is a hoe. I'm not saying that.
But it's a possibility.
You're that special, bro. You know, it's like, and that's social media makes you think that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes women think that they're models.